Welcome to the Hound Strings Podcast. My name is Alex, I'm your host, and this is episode 9. Woohoo! For all of my new viewers, welcome! It's so great to have you. Thank you so much for taking the time to check this out. This is a show about knitting, crochet, all the crafty things. From time to time we have music here. And of course, it's about just fun things in life in general, little day-to-day goodness, which honestly, in this time, who couldn't use a little bit more of that? So welcome! For all of my returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back episode after episode. I really appreciate you guys. And of course, whether you're new or returning, I'm so happy to be here and I'm so happy to have you. So let's get started. Of course, I have my usual cup of tea. This is a tradition that started during my Advent chats. And today I'm using my favorite little mug set from my Aunt Cindy. I'll tell you what I'm brewing in a little bit. I have some works in progress. I don't have any finished objects this time, but I do have a hoe and a half, shall we say. So I have that. I have an update on another project that you've seen before, and then I'm casting on something new. I also have an acquisition I want to share. It's not a Yarny acquisition, but still worth showing off. And yeah, we'll go from there. I literally just jumped right into doing this. I didn't plan on, or I didn't do a lot of planning beforehand. Anyway, as usual, we'll start with the tea. I am enjoying a cup of Oster tea, or Easter tea. It's a tea that I got in Germany with Jessie last year. And it's from a shop called Teetruhe. And it translates to the tea chest. It's funny because at first I thought it was the tea trunk, which I really like that, but no, it's the tea chest. And this is again called Oster tea, and it's a blend with rooibos. It has, I believe, chamomile, maybe lavender. I don't remember offhand if there's lavender in it. But it also has little vanilla candy pieces in there. It's not enough to make it sweet, nor is it enough to, well, I should say it's extremely unlikely to cause any reactions for diabetics. Then again, I don't know. Guess it depends on your level of sensitivity, which I'm not diabetic, but yeah, I have friends that have dietary needs, dietary restrictions, so I just like to make sure that that's disclosed. But it just lends such a wonderful flavor. And then the cup I am using to enjoy it is one that my Aunt Cindy gave me for Christmas one year. Don't remember exactly how long ago, but it's one that I've enjoyed time and time again. I forgot to toast, as they say in Germany, Prost. And it just occurred to me that this is one that maybe I've shown off to you guys before, but anyway, I enjoy it. And now you can see, you probably saw Papageno up there. For new viewers, Papageno is the name of my the little bird in my cuckoo clock. Alrighty, let's jump into the crafty side of things. since I don't have any finished objects right now, figured we'd start off with the hoe, or the hoe and a half, or TQO. I have the first in a pair of socks. This is Desert Vista Dye Works in the ZN base, which is a sparkly sock yarn. Don't remember the exact percentages offhand, but it's a superwash merino and synthetic blend, most likely nylon. But oh, those sparkles. I absolutely love it. And then this was kind of an experiment for me. And to kind of explain, we'll start off by telling you what I do for my socks in general. I start off with, I do all my socks toe up, although I might eventually try a cuff down sock pair for some shorty socks. But anyway, I do Judy's Magic Cast On, Fish Lips Kiss Heel, and then the cuff. I don't remember the name of the bind off. I'll post it in a caption below. Yeah, sorry, got a little bit of a brain fart there. So usually my old formula would be to do, to cast on 14 or 16 stitches per needle, and then increase that to 32, so 64 stitches all the way around. But then on another pair that, again, you might have seen if you've watched back episodes, I was starting to work on a pair of shorty socks for myself after I had finished, or from the same yarn that I had made a pair of socks for my mom. And I did my usual formula, and it just felt really loosey-goosey. And I had kind of noticed that happening with other socks that I made, with the longer cup or the longer leg. It wasn't as big a deal since I have the cuff to kind of secure it. But with that pair, I could really feel it. It was kind of sliding around my feet, inside my shoes, and I did not like it. So I tried one reformulation where I only do 30 stitches per needle. So total decrease of 4 stitches all the way around the foot. And while it fit, it just didn't have enough give for me. For some knitters, that might not make a huge difference, but given how picky I am about the way socks feel, it made a difference to me. So I went back to the drawing board, and I decided to go down a size using my ChowGoose. I originally did US size 1.5. Now I do US size 1. So in metrics, I am using 2.25 millimeters. And then along with that, I changed the way I do the body of the foot. So basically the sole. So per needle, I decided I would do a rib. So for one needle, I would start with three, whoops. I just realized that tipped. Let's see, try and get that back to normal. There we go. I'm off to a great start, you guys. All right, so going back to my reformulation. So for the middle part of the foot, I decided to do a rib stitch of sorts. So for each needle, I would do three stockinette or 3 knit stitches, and then a purl, and then continue on in a knit 4 purl 1 pattern until the last 3 stitches. And so I did that all the way around, so you can see that this middle row of stockinette is a little bit thicker than the rest of them. And I tried this one on, and it was a world of difference. And this is going to be my own personal sock formula that I use. Of course, if anyone else has the same issue, you are more than welcome to rip that off of me. Of course, it's always nice to tell where you got the idea. So that is the first part of that. And then I've got the second sock. I just finished the heel this afternoon at work during my lunch break. Then I just have the leg and the cuff, and then I'm home free. Woohoo! Then next work in progress is my Land and Sea cardigan by Andrea Yetman. As soon as I get everything where I need it to be. And the last time you guys saw this, I had one of the other colorways, but I decided I needed more of this green portion. So this is what I have so far. I think I'm pretty much caught up to where I was the last time. So I've got two of the 5 colorways that I'm using. So this first one is by Candy Skein. It's their Yummy Fingering base, which is a 75-25 superwash merino and nylon blend. And this colorway is called Beach Sweets. And then the next colorway is entitled The Glowing Sea. This is by Bayou City Yarn Company. And it's a very similar blend of fibers. I love the way the tans all transition into one another. And then might as well show off the other colorways that will be going into this. So next, you saw this the last time. Next, I will be fading in this lovely. This is by Honey Girl Farms. The colorway is Days at the Beach. And I love this. Again, it has those similar sandy tones to the rest of this yarn. It's kind of hard to see. It looks pretty white, but trust me, it's got enough of that sandiness to really coordinate well. And then after that, I will be fading in Ba La Jolla. And this colorway is called Under the Sea. This was a Christmas gift from Jessie of the Two Sticks and Strings podcast. And by the way, she said to say hello. I had started recording a couple weekends ago, and I just didn't end up posting that. Didn't get around to editing just because I was like, I don't really like the way I presented myself in that one. But she messaged me while I was recording, so I just wanted to say hello for her. And then after that one will be, here we go. Destination Yarn in the Passport base, and this is called La Jolla Sunset. It's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of tell. I'll switch hands here, that way you can really get the lighting. There we go. You can tell that there's some gold, those rich pinks. It's got some dark gray tones in there, teal. It's beautiful. I absolutely love this yarn. And that one, the Honey Girl and the Candy Skein, all three of these were exclusives from the Yarn Over truck for the San Diego Yarn Crawl. I think a couple of them you can still find on their website. Again, that is the Yarn Over truck. And it's exactly what it says on the tin, basically a mobile yarn shop. Obviously, they're not really going anywhere, just with the whole coronavirus thing going on right now, but they are still selling online, and the owners, I think their last email said that they are chatting with customers, stopping onto the truck to kind of help customers browse too, which is really nice of them. So just wanted to plug it in for them. Then lastly, for crafty goodness, you might have seen this before. This is Brew City Yarn Company. This is their MCN Cordial base, and the colorway is called Hummingbird. And I am starting to cast on the Anna Baltzer Wings of Peace shawl. I am blanking out on the designer's name. Renata, I'll post her full name in the caption, as I always do for all of the designers that I'm doing projects with. Or, well, you know what I mean. I was going to say that I'm doing projects for, but I'm not really doing them for the designers. You guys are smart, you get it. It's been a long day at work. But that is what I have cast on right now, and what I'll be working on as soon as I've cast off the other sock. Alrighty, I'm gonna take another sip of my tea, get my bearings. Much better. All right, time for, not really gonna call this an acquisition segment just because it's not really yarn related, but still a couple of things that I wanna show off. So last month was my birthday, and I had an amazing time in spite of everything that's going on. My aunt sent me a couple of things. I'll show off one of those, one of the birthday gifts from my Aunt Claire. Little journal. Absolutely darling. It comes with a little pen. And I love the inside. As my initial, and it's from Anthropologie, I believe, which I love Anthropologie. I can't afford it, but I've always enjoyed browsing their stock. It's a little journal, and I am currently using it for a big event that'll be happening next year, 2020. And that leads me to my other acquisition. I'm engaged, you guys! I am beyond thrilled. And at that point, it hadn't been quite a full year that Taylor and I had been dating, because we met on, or our first date was May 4th last year. But we knew that we were serious and that we wanted to have a future together. And so on my birthday, in front of my mom and dad and my grandpa, he proposed. So that's why I've been kind of sneaky with my left hand, is I didn't want you guys to see until I made that announcement. So yes, I'm engaged. I'm speechless about that. Anyway, that's the big thing that I wanted to show off, and I am so happy. And I started using the journal to jot down bits and pieces of wedding planning and what we need. Right now, all I have is, okay, what do we need to think about? So like venue, we need to select a venue for the reception, church. There's still a lot to do. But the good news is we're not planning on anything happening until October 2021. So we've still got over a year to go. All right. Let's see. As far as other life updates, doesn't seem like anything else would be too exciting after that, but I do have something that I want to show off. And the last time I spoke to you guys, I took pictures of my garden and what I've been growing. So now that things have grown and been added to, why not step outside? So come along with me to the garden. Alrighty guys, so before we step out, just bear in mind that it might be a little noisy. I'm going to try and talk softly so that way I'm not disturbing anybody. But yeah, let's check it out. So we'll start from left to right. Ooh, excuse me. There we go. So first off, I've got some little tomato seedlings. Those are growing in nicely. For that I did one of those tomato rocket things. Then some onions. I just planted the bulb just to see what would grow. Not really planning on doing too much with that, but if you have any ideas, let me know. I've got my herbs potted. I have sage, lemon balm from one of my friends at work. Got arugula. It's getting kind of leggy, so if anyone knows how to prune leafy greens like arugula, lettuce, spinach, things like that, please let me know. Got one of two strawberry plants. This one's not really doing too much of anything, but the leaves look nice and healthy and happy, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm content. And I do have another strawberry plant that you'll see in a little bit. Then I have some chives and chocolate mint. Yes, this is a variety of mint that literally smells like chocolate. I've used it in cups of tea before, and I actually successfully rooted a clipping for my friend. So I'm very proud of that. And I've got a little angel wing rose growing. And then another arugula. Again, if you have any ideas for pruning, let me know. Then some hummingbird and pollinator mix. Another little sage plant, which actually has a lot of new growth. In between this episode and the last, this was actually, I thought this was going to be a goner, so that's why I got the other one. But I love how well this is growing in. Yeah, that looks fantastic. And basil, or two kinds of basil. This one is traditional Genovese basil. you can see that there has been something eating it. You can see the poops there, and then the big old holes. Probably a caterpillar. I don't have the heart to do anything about them. But if there are any ideas for repellents, send them my way. And we've got another, again, this one is sustaining a little bit of damage, but not too bad. I might rinse it off later in case there are any aphids that I should worry about. And then this is the second strawberry plant. I just fertilized it yesterday because I saw all of these beautiful, beautiful blooms. And take a look at this. Baby strawberries starting to grow in. I will admit I did hand pollinate, but I did recently see some itty bitty pollinators, little gnats that have been doing some of the work for me. So I'm very appreciative of them. And then some chamomile. I just fertilized it, so hopefully, and I need to prune away some of these dead branches. But there's new growth growing in, so I'm very happy with that. And started to grow leaves from a carrot top, but that died. The snails got to it. So, oh well. And then my seedling station. Here I have some purple coneflower seedlings starting to come up. And then, oh, I need to water these. And then some watercress, parsley. There we go, I was chatting with one of my neighbors. Anyway, got my little seedling station, which some of these might be, oh, wait a second, I see maybe a root. Nope, not a root. Darn it. And these are looking a little bit dry, so that might be part of the issue. But I've had these seedlings moist and growing for a while, so they might just be duds at this point. But at least my echinacea is growing in well. Again, purple coneflower. And then little baby parsley seedling. Oops. And then, remember that chocolate mint cutting that I was telling you about? Well, here it is, rooted, happy. And I'll ask my friend when she comes back from her weekend if she would like that. I gave her a cutting since she had rooted before, but sometimes it's not always successful. And then we have my other seedling station, which some things are going well, others not so much, and you'll see why in a little bit. First off, I have kind of a mystery plant. Don't really know what this is. I thought it was a pea plant or cilantro, but that's clearly not what it is. Because this is my pea plant right now. Love those little tendrils. And something's been getting to it, but again, I don't really have the heart to kill any or to get rid of any what do you call them, caterpillars. I have a borage seedling that a caterpillar has gotten to. I just saw the little booger somewhere else. Where did he go? Then there's an aphid there too that I saw. But I also have what appears to be a thyme plant. Granted, I did plant these seedlings. I lost the labels. I know, not a terrific gardener. And then looks like oh, nope. Well, what was a forget-me-not. but something clearly got to that too. So just like with everything, there's ups and downs to gardening. Can't always win every battle, but it's also a learning experience. So that's my garden update from the last time. A lot has changed. Obviously, some things are a little worse for the wear. Although some others have really thrived. As soon as I'm finished recording, I'm going to go out and water. I will probably redo the seedlings or the seedlings that haven't sprouted, because I think they were duds even before I accidentally let them dry out yesterday and today. So hopefully the next seeds that I plant will be a little bit stronger and ready to go. And I think that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. It was wonderful seeing all of you again. Please stay safe. If you need anything, please let me know. Take care of yourselves as much as I know you guys are taking care of your family. And if you need anything, again, let me know. And I hope to see you next time on the Houndstrings podcast. Bye, guys.